The notion of supporting people to be independent, or a phrase that we often use, enabling people to live as full a life as possible, I think is central to what West House believe in.
I'm going to be starting a new job in a supermarket in Netto, and I'm going to be, first couple of months it's going to be voluntary, and after that it might be paid.
When people come into the service, from day one they've either identified that they want to do development or they want a job. So the way that we've helped to support that development is we work really closely with adult education. We've put a 3-year programme in place.
I'm actually looking to find positions for people, placements, whether that be volunteer or paid employment.
The staffing is brilliant. Kenny's been absolutely understanding, everything's been great.
This morning we did about customer services, about the cafe and what we do with the cafe, and setting tables and doing the till and the ordering and that. Well, it's helped me a lot, very great deal, because if I never went there I wouldn't, and I didn't meet Kenny or anything, and Kenny didn't advise me on what jobs are available, then I wouldn't be in this where I am now.
We've got lots of different activities within West House. Community activities support a lot of people within their activities on a day-to-day basis, but all our activities are all individualised for each person. So some people might be in one centre, community resource centre one day, they'll be in a different resource the next day, depending on what they've identified they want to do. So the service is actually tailor-made for each individual. We just don't want to keep people isolated or kept in a resource centre. If the wider community can offer that service, if we can support the person to access that service in the community, we will do our utmost to do that. Everybody's got something to give back to the community, and the communities have also got something to give back to the people that we support as well. We've got a young gentleman who he came out with a saying the other year was, "You've given me confidence for life," and we use that quite a lot within West House because that's come from the person, that's not come from us.
People choose, it's always up to a person's choice. We never would presume that a person, just because they began the services here, that's where they would like to end the services. Everyone has a personal support worker, and that person would ensure that even if they aren't working with someone, with that person for a week, 2 weeks, they would ensure through their own recording and liaising with other members of staff that people have achieved what they've asked for. We must never ever forget that just because a person has a learning disability or very complex needs, that what they want to achieve isn't possible. It's been a pleasure, really, a real pleasure to watch people move on and do what they want to do. Some people have achieved employment, some people have left completely but gone their own way, moved into their own homes.
We talk about at West House about having high standards, about providing high quality services, and that is all about the staff that we employ delivering those services day in, day out to that high quality and those standards. We feel it's really important to invest in our staff and our people and our teams right through from the point that we recruit new staff through their induction training and then onwards, and we feel that investment pays back time and time again in terms of the quality of care and support that our staff provide, and also then perhaps the loyalty that engenders in them.
It's just the people. I think the people that we support never cease to amaze me, and I think that's the reason I've worked for West House for so long. We've got some brilliant staff, and I think if you went out throughout the services that we've got, you would notice that.
We have people trained, which is an excellent part of West House. The training is wonderful.
West House is looked after me as an employee as well. It's always there listening to what the staff want and helping with personal development. All years ago I started off as a support worker and worked my way up, and this is where I am now. I'm a manager, and West House has supported me to do that.
The carers are valued by the company because you couldn't operate without them. They are the best. They feel for the clients they're looking after and for the families that they're helping to support, and it comes through.
Something we say to staff when they join us and we talk to them about whilst they're working with West House is, Ask yourself the question when you're caring for someone or supporting someone is, if this was you or your loved one, would the care and support we've given today or that you've given today, would it be good enough? And what we say to our staff is, if you ever question that, then we need to do something about it, because it has to be good enough. We are working with vulnerable people, and the people we work with are someone's loved ones, so it has to be good enough.